Hey friends, I'm Elle from Elle Hattie Journals and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I tend to create bullet journal content, some art-based content as well, so if you do like the kind of things I'm making, feel free to stick around, check out some of my other videos. So today I am setting up my March bullet journal, and I know I normally kind of talk about what I'm doing in terms of the content I'm creating, but I think today this video is going to be kind of more of a me blurting out my thoughts about being on YouTube and the content I create and just trying to figure out what on earth I'm doing really. So if that's not your cup of tea, that's totally cool. You can like mute me. But if you are interested, these are just kind of where I'm sort of at the moment with my YouTube channel. So I've been doing YouTube videos for my bullet journal for 2 years now, about 2 years, which is crazy to me because I never stick at anything, so that's pretty cool. I really love having my YouTube channel, and I really love having a space where I can be creative. For those of you who don't know, I am a bit of a workaholic. I basically do nothing but work, so having something that is creative outside of my job really forces me to take time away from being a workaholic, which I know is really sad and pathetic, but there we are. So I really love having a space where I can have creative time without really worrying about the outcome particularly. But I have felt in the last little while that actually doing bullet journaling is wonderful, don't get me wrong, I love it, but I kind of want to branch out a little bit more with some of the things that I do on my channel. And I know in the great wisdom of the YouTube algorithm that's a really bad idea, but I never started this channel to grow really because I know it's not going to. But it's something I've been thinking about for a little while, and actually that kind of feeds into the theme I'm doing this week. So as you can see, I've done like a kind of DIY decorating slash redecorating kind of theme, and that is because I've actually been making over my flat over the last couple of weeks. I've been DIYing furniture and decorating and thrifting things, and I've felt really inspired by that in a way I haven't really felt inspired by my journal in quite some time. So I thought it would be really fun to do kind of a little kind of decoration theme. So you can see I've got a little girl on the ladder there, she's badly painting in the March letters, and a little cat down there who has stepped in the paint. And I just thought this theme would be a really fun way to kind of summarize what I've been thinking over the last little while. And I know lots of channels do really amazing thrift flip content and all of that kind of stuff, so I'm not saying that I'm going to completely move over to that kind of thing, but I would be really curious to know what you guys think. Would you be interested in seeing some of that kind of content? Let me know if that's something you would be interested in seeing, because I have done a few videos that I haven't posted yet because I'm a bit nervous about them, but it would be really interesting to see if you guys would be up for seeing some of those kind of slightly more vlog style content or thrifted content, that kind of thing. And I know it's March, but I really wanted to think about fresh starts. I know that's traditionally a January thing, but I don't think it's ever the wrong time to have a bit of a fresh start. And I know it's kind of a little bit cliched at this point to talk about that on YouTube, but it is something I'm really interested in and really invested in. I think we can all find we get a little bit stuck in what we know and what we generally experience, and I am very, very guilty of this. I know I am, that I will quite happily do the same thing day in, day out because it's safe and I know what to expect. And I don't know if that's the right thing. I mean, I know it works for some people, and I just think that there's a compromise between sticking with those things that I know I enjoy and pushing myself to get out there a bit more, which I'm a complete coward about. I know I'm a complete coward about that kind of thing. So that is my very long, rambly way of saying, would you guys be interested in seeing some slightly more varied content rather than just my bullet journal? And I realise I have just yattered my way through all of that, and I haven't even spoken about my bullet journal really at all. So many apologies there. Hopefully you haven't muted me already. So yeah, that's kind of where my head is at the moment, in my very long rambly way of saying that. But if you are interested, just let me know, and I think I might start doing this kind of slightly more varied content anyway, even if nobody watches it, because it makes me feel inspired, and I think that's so important, because I don't feel inspired by a huge amount at the moment. And I know a lot of that is because it's February and it's dark and dingy outside, and I'm just desperate for it to be summer again. But actually, who knows? Maybe I'll get there with that. The other thing I guess I really wanted to share was how important this bullet journal has actually been to me over the last couple of years. I've actually been bullet journaling a long time before I started YouTube, probably about 2 or 3 years before that. And for me, it became a way of expressing myself that I couldn't do in other ways. I have always had a pretty up and down relationship with art. I loved art as a kid. It was my absolute go-to. It was the thing I did when I was worried or stressed. I used to draw. I used to take a sketchbook everywhere with me, and I just really adored it. And then for a variety of reasons that I won't go into, I actually quit. I quit completely. I did not draw anything. I did not paint. I threw out all my art supplies. I just completely said no more. I'm not doing it anymore. It's too painful. It's too difficult. I'm not in a place where I can do anything creative anymore. And I didn't draw or paint or create anything for about 5 years. It was quite a while, and it was probably a bit of a pretty drastic sort of reaction. But I definitely think it was the right choice in the situation. So I didn't create, I didn't paint, I didn't do anything. And bearing in mind, I had thought up until this point that being an artist was going to be my career. It was a big choice, and I'm really glad I did it in some ways, and I do regret it in others. I think that's how all of our choices go in life. And then I watched a video, I think it was by Amanda Rachley, who is like the queen of all things bullet journal related, and it seemed like a way back into art in a non-threatening kind of way. Like, it put a lot of credence on color and just having fun and being really doodly. It wasn't about creating masterpieces. It wasn't about spending hundreds of hours trying to get the shading right. It was just about having fun. And for me, that was just something that I had been missing for such a long time. So that's kind of how I got into bullet journaling. And even then, it took a really long time for me to get back into actually doing, I guess, more traditional styles of art. I do a little bit still. I do enjoy painting now, and I haven't enjoyed that for such a long time. That was a bit of a revelation, really, to see how much that could be enjoyable again and not something that I had to be so anxious about. But bullet journaling was very, very important to me, and I'm very, very grateful to the bullet journaling community for giving me a way back into that. And I know that sounds pretty heavy, but I just wanted to share how important it was to me in this instance. But after, well, I don't know, 4 years of bullet journaling, I think I do want to start trying new things again, and I'm kind of ready to make that change. So that's my very long, rambly way of sort of trying to explain where my head is at the moment. And thank you if you are still listening to my crazy rants about things. And if you're not, no hard feelings. But yeah, so that's kind of where my head's at. I'd be curious to see if anyone else has experienced similar things. It's always nice to know that it's not just me. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at the moment. And as you can see, in terms of my actual bullet journaling, I'm way less stressed out about it being perfect than I used to be. This setup especially it's not the best one I've ever done, but it's definitely one that I've enjoyed. I had a lot of fun with. I went for colours that I normally wouldn't use. I'm very big on reds and oranges, as those of you who have been here a while know. I love my kind of autumnal colours, and I don't tend to stray away into colder colours. But this whole spread was just really fun. I just had fun with it, and actually I think that's what I've missed in previous iterations of my art career. I'm gonna stop talking now and just let you watch the rest of this video, but thank you for sticking with me. You guys have been such an inspiration. I don't think you'll ever know quite how much. I know I'm just a little channel that kind of potters along and does its own thing, but you guys have been incredible, and so thank you for sticking with me after all this time. Thank you for being just the most wonderful subscribers I could ever hope to have. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now I'm definitely going to stop rambling and just let you see the final flip through of my March 2022 bullet journal.